Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to give you a quick rundown of what GameAware is all about, especially how we work with schools to help their whole community have a much healthier relationship with gaming. So, my name's Andrew Kinch. Essentially, my background is that I'm a teacher. I was a well-being coordinator for about a decade. I'm a gamer and a dad, among other things. And the combination of skills that I picked up over all of these areas have helped me figure out basically how to develop the different styles of group programs that I've put together to help families over the last maybe 6 years in the Melbourne area. But our reach is slowly extending beyond Melbourne as well. The problem that we're trying to solve here is an educational one. We aim to bridge the gap between gamers and parents and professionals so that that blurry line between a gamer's passion and potential obsession becomes a lot more clear. Um, Basically, knowledge really is power in this space, and that intense conflict that families are dealing with in this space usually come down to the inability to understand their kids' motivation, for example, or to be able to have a conversation about it because they just don't understand their passion. We come from the point of view that gaming can be a healthy hobby when gamers are meeting their motivational needs best in real life and not just in game. And everything we do takes a very holistic approach to help elevate a gamer's perspective, not just on the big picture and life and productivity and stuff like that, but on gaming as well. We work with parents, schools, and other professionals that are working with young people in the mental health space. But it's how we work directly with gamers and get their trust that sets us apart from, I guess, from typical preventions and interventions that might be out there. Everybody on the team is a gamer here, and we all share similar skill sets. For schools in particular, we offer parent information sessions, student presentations, staff professional development, as well as a consultation, which is optional, to help a school take control of the narrative with, how do you set up an inclusive social gaming club that also has, I guess, a competitive division for high school esports leagues. So providing that high quality gaming experience not only adds value to your extracurriculars, but offers an opportunity to flag students who struggle with social anxiety or with excessive gaming, and it provides a safe space for them to come. It also provides the opportunity to reinforce healthy gaming habits, especially when part of, I guess, a package where your student presentations have already been a part of the mix. Um, it's also important to know that when gaming becomes really problematic, we're always looking for the cause, and typically it's not the games themselves. It's the fact that the young person feels like they need to escape into video games and use them like a coping tool or a crutch to just to get through their day in many cases. So we offer also half-day professional development workshops for teachers or clinicians or anyone who might be working with young gamers, because what we find is that a lot of people that are in this space struggle to make an impact with the gamers, even though they might be very talented in their field. But if they don't speak video games, it's difficult. It's hard to bridge that gap, and it's really common, unfortunately. So we do try to help with that situation as well, and we actually liaise with mental health services on a regular basis. Um, Lastly, I guess our immersive group programs are what we're most known for. And that's because it involves the whole family, and we focus on developing self-regulation. I mean, it's a very complex thing to try and develop to describe, but ultimately, it's like self-regulation with training wheels in and amongst a whole lot of education for the parents and the kids, and helping them find a common language so that they basically end up with a sustainable gaming contract at the end. I'd like to call it a plan, but sure, it's a contract in a sense. Um, and I guess one of the ways that we reach them as well is because whether they're competitive or casual gamers or whatever their reason for playing, we try to help them get the most out of their experience as well. And that's probably one of the biggest things that help us get through to them is to say, look, we're gamers as well. We want you to have the best experience you can. And if you play too much, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot. You're making the experience worse for yourself, not just in real life because of the opportunities you might be foregoing, but also in game because you end up basically desensitizing yourself to the pleasure that you're trying to find. So here I might show you just a quick clip from an SBS Insight appearance that we were lucky enough to have on the 2018 episode called Game On. It was episode 26. And thank you very much for your time. And please reach out if you're interested in having a chat and seeing if we're a good fit for you. Take care.
Lift, right, lift.
I like to do boxing on day one because they get to suffer together. There's a bit of bonding that happens. They feel a bit potent when they start doing stuff. It makes them feel good and strong afterwards.
You got 20 seconds, guys. Last 20. Let's go.
In the afternoons for the holiday program, we go out and do activities that are meant to be fulfilling needs even better than gaming would be, for example.
8. Go ahead, boys.
Day one is always fun because they come in and their hoods are over their heads and their arms are crossed, and I have to ask the question, okay, so whose mom told them to be here today? And they all put up their hands. And then within the first half an hour, my job is to ease the tension and make them realize I'm not trying to get them to quit. That's not the idea here. I'm trying to get them to take some responsibility. Basically, in the mornings, we do educational stuff.
And as a result, you get a shot of happiness.
So it's one of the concepts of chasing satisfaction. So when you're playing too much, you tend to chase because there's only a little bit of happiness signaling actually making it that you actually feel because there's less receptors for dopamine because you've desensitized.
There's a sweet spot, I think, anyway, where you can game and really enjoy it and get the most out of it and be good at it without spending hours and hours in the chair. The whole point of the program is to help the boys become more self-regulating, or at least plant the seeds to start learning this.